Alrighty guys and gals, welcome back to the Lush Gaming channel. Furdog with you guys here today, and we're finally going to get a look at a mod that a lot of you guys have been yelling at me during our live streams to take a look at ever since I mentioned that I had it. But today we're going to be doing the John Deere Combine Pack. I don't remember the exact name for it. Basically it's the classic John Deere Combine Pack. And if we take a look here, it's the full lineup of these older John Deere combines. So the 3300 all the way on up to the 8800. And then also included in that pack is the 20 series, so the 4420 series all the way on up to the 8820 series. So yeah, we're just gonna be going over what this pack all includes, the pros and cons of the pack, and then just kind of my overall thoughts and feelings on it. So getting right into it here, we'll hop in the 4420 and fire this hog up. And one of the first things that I'll say right off the bat that I absolutely love about this mod, if we go into our combines here, scroll all the way down. So the 7720 and the 8820 series, the generation 2 of them, one of my favorite things, honestly, is that you can change them from a Turbo series model to a Titan series model, and to me that's awesome. That's badass. I always thought the Titan series lettering looked so cool on these things. So yeah, you have that option, and then not only that, but the 77 and the 8820 both have the option for two-wheel drive duals, non-duals, and then four-wheel drive or rear wheel assist, if you will, singles and duals up front. Yeah, same thing for the 8820. And there you can see the capacity that these things have. Yeah, again, you have the option for duals and two-wheel drive or rear wheel assist. One other quick note: so the 20 series is the one that's going to have the turret style augers. The regular 0 series here, including the 4420, because that combine didn't really change much from the 4400. The other ones are going to have the old swivel style augers, which I believe is to imply that they're manual fold out, which is, if you look back on these older series John Deere tractors, they were all manuals until you got into the 20 series here, and then they became, power augers, hydraulic folding augers. But yeah, so that was one of my favorite things. One other cool thing is some of these, I think it's this one and the 6620. So 6620 just has the lettering option. But yeah, like the 6600, you can have older style combine tires on there, which I think is neat because, I don't know, it looks more realistic, I think, than these. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I don't see a whole lot of combines, at least in my area, with tires like this. A lot of them look like that, with the more staggered spacing on them. But yeah, so yeah, that's cool. There's a lot of options in this pack for different combines, which is really great, because it doesn't really matter what size farm you're running on your save game, or if you're starting a new farm. You can pretty much find a home for just about all these, any one of these combines, no matter what size operation. If you got a large operation, the 8820 is still a pretty solid combine. I mean, 9,200 liters. There we go, 9,200 liters. That's still a pretty decent capacity. And granted, I probably wouldn't run it for, like, if I was, harvesting corn or whatnot, but like soybeans and wheat, you can still fit a pretty good size header on here. If we look on here, it is compatible with the 925 header. So if we go into here, the 925 is right there. So that's a 9.1 meter header. That's a pretty decent size header. Well, I believe it's like just under 35 feet or so. So, like I said, I don't know if you'd want to run an 8-row corn header on this thing. Granted, you do have the option to, but I don't know if the capacity is going to fit that. But you do have the option for a decent sized soybean or wheat header. And, hey, good complementary combine for that. But for starting out, though, the 44 and the 6600 are awesome combines. Just, you know, a good bang for the buck. So I mean, yeah, like I said, you can find a good fit for just about any of these and any of your operations that you're running. So with that being said, let's look at the other things the pack includes, which is a couple of headers here. So the weird part is this 925 header doesn't, at least in my download of it, doesn't actually come with this mod. It comes with a different mod that I had, and it just happens to be compatible. That being said, I've been able to run the 625X head no problem. Granted, it's a little bit smaller, but that head works fine on those John Deere combines as well. But the other two that it does come with is the 213 and the 218 header, and that's a 13 foot and then 18 feet. That's what the numbers on there mean. But yeah, both of them are kind of small. I kind of wish that there was one more size, because if we go over to corn headers, it comes with quite a few options for corn headers. So that was the only thing that kind of disappointed me as far as what it comes with. That I was a little let down that there wasn't a lot of, you know, bigger headers for it. But there, I mean, you do get a lot of options for corn headers. So starting all the way at the bottom, we have the 344, 444, 644, all the way up to an 844 header. Now, obviously, these are a 3-row, a 4-row, a 6-row, and an 8-row. That being said, the 8-row is kind of big for one of these combines. Really, the 8820 is the only one it really matches with, just because of capacity-wise, especially in high-yielding corn. Like if you're running the Seasons mod and whatnot, and you're fertilizing, you're getting close to 300 bushel corn. All right, this thing's filling up fast. It doesn't need to be a big field. This thing's filling up fast. 8 rows of corn is a lot for the lower capacity, but hey, you know, if you're just running base game, then awesome. It works great for that. And it is kind of cool if you're running like a vintage farm or like an older era farm machinery on your game. It is kind of cool to see the 3 and a 4 row corn header. So yeah, it's kind of neat to run some of these with them smaller equipment. It's just, I don't know, I kind of enjoy that a little more than running some of the bigger stuff sometimes. So yeah, all right, so we'll grab this 4420 here, and as you can see, we got the 4-row header on it. I tried to set these up as realistic as possible. So 3300 over there has got the 3-row, the 4400's got the 4-row, 6620's got the 6-row, and the 8820 over there's got the 8-row. Kind of similar to how John Deere would have marketed these back when they released these combines back in the day. And yes, I know I'm playing on one of the base maps, but that's just because I didn't want to play Seasons. I wanted to fast forward time and whatnot and get this video made for you guys, so don't make fun of me too much for that. But yeah, everything does work, and I believe that the mod is even UDIM compatible, which is kind of neat. So I don't really mess around with any of that stuff, but it is kind of cool to see. So as you can see, we're harvesting some kern with it. One other quick little note. So the only other thing right off the bat that I was kind of disappointed in is that they all sound exactly the same. It's kind of a bummer. It would have been kind of neat if they would have had the option to do a gas engine or a diesel engine. I think that would have been kind of sweet, but you know, again, that would have been a lot of work. So I mean, I don't fault the mod author at all for that, but I don't know, maybe just something in the future if he does an update for it or whatnot. And by the way, guys, I will have a link in the description below for where you can pick this mod up at. And even after I go over some of the cons of this mod, I'm still going to recommend it to anyone, just because it is awesome, and especially if you're into older machinery, or you're looking to start a small scale farm, or even, you know, you're just starting a brand new farm and you're going to eventually work your way to taking over the whole map or whatnot. Like I said, the equipment makes a good fit in just about any farm, so it is cool to see that. You know, some of the older equipment, it's kind of niche. You know, you're better off just having an all old equipment farm, or just not using it because it's just too small for a modern farm, but this pack is a good mix that you can use it for either or. And before anybody else asks me, no, all of you console peasants, it is not available on console, and I doubt it ever will be. I believe the mod author did state that it is going through testing to be available on consoles. However, that being said, we all know that that's a long-ass process. So, like I said, don't be surprised if it doesn't come on there, or if it does come on there, it's going to take a while. So, in response to that, build yourself a PC, you cheap bastards. I don't want to hear it. Okay, so we harvested. Basically just showing you guys that everything works on this. So the only other negative point I have about, and this is going to be about these smaller combines, mainly the 4420 and the 3300. They're not very tall, and they do not auger into wagons very well. You're going to have to run either the smallest wagon in game, the two smallest wagons in game, or if you're running mods, you're going to have to run the DMI wagons. The J&M gravity wagons are too tall for that thing to dump in. However, the 6620 and the other ones with the turret style augers on top there, the ones that don't pivot like a gleaner, these ones have no problem dumping into the other wagons. So, that being said, just giving you guys a heads up. And now to the biggest disappointment of this mod. Really, my only real gripe against this mod is the fact that these 0 series combines, so 3300, 4400, 6600, and 7700, all of them have unfinished interior. Now, as you can see, everything works on there. Gauges, all that stuff. For whatever reason, though, it's not finished. I don't know why. I don't know if it's... And I don't know if this is a mod issue or if it's something that went wrong when I downloaded it. Couldn't tell you guys. I went on the mod author's website and I've looked over the posts on that mod, and I haven't seen anybody else complaining about it. So therefore, I don't want to say too much about it, because it could just be an off chance that it's just my version of it, or something went wrong with the textures while I was downloading it. Who knows? But that being said, that's my biggest gripe against this mod, is that for whatever reason, the cabs are unfinished in here. Now, that being said, though, one of the cooler, smaller details that I've noticed is you get into these 0 series cabs and they look completely different than the 20 series, which is really cool. So, like, he modeled them after the actual cabs, because when those when those combines came out, there was an actual update done to the cabs of them to differentiate them. So, just one small thing that I noticed that I thought was cool. So, although yes, it does suck that it's bland and green and there's not really much texture in here, and the back panel is missing there, the rest of it's really great. And it's not going to be the most detailed combine ever. I mean, he basically put enough work in to show you that the belt guards and stuff are there. However, the rotary screen does turn on the one side, so that is pretty sweet. We'll get going here on this last end row here. So yeah, I mean, if you wanted to start a small operation, or if you had like a classic farm going that you wanted to throw one of these into the mix with, awesome. I think it'd be an awesome fit. 3300 with a 3-row is super cool. I don't know why I think it's so cool, but I think it's super cool. Or 4420 with a 4-foot or 4-row corn header, and 13-foot bean header would be cool as well. Yeah, so like I'll show you here real quick what I mean exactly. So if you look right there, panel's gone. We get in the 4420 here. That's what it should look like right there. So that's kind of a bummer, but as you can see, though, the cabs are completely different. It's pretty sweet. Let's hop over in one of these big boys here. So yeah, as you can see, the cab is completely different. You can see that the fan controls up top that you didn't have in the others, and just the floor mats and whatnot, and then you got your blinkers, more levers, all that good jazz. Yeah, really, that's my only gripe with this, is the fact that for whatever reason, mine does not look quite right. And yeah, like I said, I don't know if that's on account of me or on account of the mod. I didn't see any comments asking why theirs was looking like that, so I'm assuming it might just be mine. But yeah. But the fact that the pack comes with, you know, what, 8 different headers? 8 different headers and, geez, almost 12 different combines. I mean, I'd say that that's worth it alone. So we got that guy running corn. If we run over here and grab our other big combine over here. Whoops. So we got the 7720. Oh yeah. So see, we got our hazard flashers. If we go into the cab, you can see the hazards light up. Turn them off here. It does have headlights. You can see them there. Awesome. I saw a lot of people complaining that there's not really any lights in the back, but I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen one of these combines in your life. There isn't any lights on the back, or I mean, there is on the auger on here, but I don't know about you guys, but I've seen these things in real life and there's no lights on the back. All these lights, there's basically brake lights on the back and then everything else is just reflectors. It's kind of funny. But I saw a lot of people complaining about that, and the author was saying that he wanted to go for realism. Everyone's like, well, yeah, there's no lights. It's like, well, yeah, because there isn't lights on these things on the back in real life. Other cool thing, the mirrors are functioning, and this has been on every model that I've tested. Yeah, you can see the wagons and the tractor in the background there on the mirror. Super awesome. Yeah, this is a 7720. We got big duals on her. And it's a 2-wheel drive model. We'll hire him, and we'll go grab the big 8820, the big Bertha of the squad. So this thing, duals up front, rear wheel system back. We got the big 8-row corn header on it. Oh yeah, and the little hour meter right there, the digital gauge, that does work as well. I haven't racked up a lot of hours on any of these, but I do have a small farm where I have one of these operating on. I think I have a 7720, and yes, the hour meter does work and it is accurate, so pretty neato. So yeah, again, we'll go through and look. So headers, so a couple pluses. Final thoughts on this mod pack here. So the pluses, the pack comes, there's a lot in this pack. You know, you get a lot of headers. You know, you get a 3-row, 4-row, 6-row, and an 8-row corn header. So I mean, you know, pretty wide stuff. You know, for all of you people that haven't been to the moon, and use this here. This is an 8, 6, 4, and 3, or you can just tell by the first letter in here. And if you go into headers, like I said, it comes with the 213 and the 218, and again, for everybody else that hasn't been to the moon, yeah, 18 feet, 13 feet for header length. And then between headers and how many combines are actually included in this pack, it's pretty awesome. I'd say that alone is worth a download. And the other fact too, I mean, they're all very, I mean, I wouldn't say very, but pretty highly detailed. This is just my favorite part. Changing that over to Titan 2, that's just so awesome to me. Yeah, duals, 2-wheel drive. I mean, you got all kinds of options with these. So, yeah, between the amount of combines that you get, the headers that you get, and just being able to, you know, like I said, probably fit one of these combines into one of your operations one way or another, I'd say that that's worth a download. So yeah, I'd say this one gets the Lush Gaming seal of approval. and I'd recommend you guys download it. And again, the link's going to be in the description below if you're playing this and you want to check them out. I also just recommend checking out that mod author's site in general, because there is a bunch of upcoming mods that he's going to be releasing, which I think is pretty exciting, especially if you're into older classic tractors and classic equipment in general. It's definitely worth checking out his page and giving it a once over. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it for me. So if you guys made it this far, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the video. Comment if there's another mod you want me to check out. I guess now's as good of a time as any to give you guys a teaser on the next mod video I'm going to be doing. So if we just, oh, what do we got here? Oh, wow. Little silver cleaner action for you guys and gals. But yeah, that's going to do it for this one. So thanks everybody that made it through the video, and thanks everybody that checked it out. Be sure to check out our channel for other farming videos if you're into that kind of stuff. Or if you're into anything at all, chances are if you like a game that we've played it and we've streamed it. So yeah, go ahead and check all that stuff out, and that'll be it from me, guys. Thanks for making me do this mod review. I thoroughly enjoyed this pack. It's pretty awesome. Oh yeah, the spinnery, they can't turn around there. That's not the mod, that's the stupid map. Thanks, Giants, for releasing a great map. Haha, works awesome. Yeah, guys, that'll do it for me. You guys have a good one. We'll see you on the next one.